today. We're actually going to show you some of my old raccoon footage from when I first started filming back in 2003, and probably a little bit of footage maybe from 2004. Mostly right after I got my camera and was just cutting my teeth in this. But you know, re-editing this footage and watching it and looking at it just took me back to just those times, and I was so green, and you know, I can see by the footage I just was kind of finding my way in it at that time, and didn't have some right camera angles a lot of times, and shadows and things like that. But this was filmed, as I said, 2003, and I think you're going to enjoy this a lot. And really, the methods you're going to see here aren't much different than the methods I'm using here almost 2 decades later. So with that, we'll get out on my line. I hope you enjoy this show. I was just showing you on the other side where that coon trail goes out into the cornfield. This is where they come up. I'm going to put a jump right here. I'm not going to use any bait, any lure, or anything at this set. This is going to be a complete blind set. And just throw it on a wood drag. They're not going to take that very far. I got this, just this good log right there. I'm going to use that for my drag. You can see the claw marks here, the footprints, everything, and I'm excited about this. There's a lot of sign here. I don't know how many coon are here. I'd say a good 6 or 8 coon that'll work in this ditch area, and I may get some muskrats here. There is some muskrat sign, it looks like, but there are coon tracks there, and I know there's coon working out through there because that's all coon tracks on the other side. So just gonna throw a 1.5 in here, 1.5 Duke coil. Get that set. I try and keep them as easy as possible. I'm gonna check this trap. Yeah, that's pretty good. I try and keep it as easy as possible. I don't like to take a lot of gear with me. As you can see, I basically just have my traps, a little bit of wire, and once in a while I'll throw some lure or something like that on, and a Berkshire disposable stake in my drowning sets. But these sets are very easy to construct. It's very, very simple. It's very easy as far as time-wise. You don't spend a lot of time. I don't like spending a lot of time in each set. I like to get as many sets out as possible. And these type of sets here will take every critter in the neighborhood. Whether it be a mink, a muskrat, or a coon that comes by here, they're going to investigate this, and we're going to get a good crack at them. Just tie this off on the swivel. That's one thing I failed to mention so far. Another reason why I like the Duke traps is because they have that swivel on the end of every trap. And I'll show you here in 1 second what I'm talking about after I wire this off. Just wire this off to this stump right here, and then I'm just going to take it up and wrap it around that little core right there, and that's all I really need on that. But what I was talking about, these swivels on the end with just a J-hook for these Dukes right here, and these swivels allow those animals to rotate. I know a lot of you guys out there use swivels, but if you're just starting out, I recommend putting swivels if they're not on your traps. And that's one thing, it's easier on the animals. Another thing, you're going to have a lot less pullouts and things because it allows them some mobility. And if they get around a tree or a stump and they're rotating, they're going to twist that up real quick. And it's just easier on them, as I said, and it's you're going to have a lot more fur in your traps when you get there. But this set's pretty much done already. All I really got to do, make a place here for my trap. I'm going to use my trusty trowel. Just going to shave that out just a tad bit. I'm going to rotate that down right there. I just shave that out, rotate what I have down into, scrape that off. And that's going to make a spot for me now. And just jam it down in. And that's nice and flat right there. That's a good hard place for me to set my trap, and that's going to allow me some stability with my trap there. Just place that trap in there as such. Move this out of the way. Get this down here. I'm going to jam that right into the bank. Cover that up just a little bit with those weeds. And that set's done. As you can see, it doesn't take too much to put these in. Trap, wire, and stick. I do use drags, which you've seen, or I'll show you later. I like those two-prong grapple drags for coon, mink, and muskrat situations. That gives them a little, leeway also, but they're not going to pull that very far. They're going to be somewhere right in the general 5 to 10 foot vicinity if you do catch. Even a big bore coon's not going to pull that very far. It's too much stuff to get lodged in here. So that's pretty good. We got a lot of traffic here. This is a good set. That trap's in about 1 inch of water. Basically, I want enough water to cover the trap. And that allows me, if any mink or muskrat come by, to have a good chance at them also. So we're going to move upstream about, well, maybe 10 feet, and we're going to throw a pocket set in. Use a little lure on that one. This is going to remain a blind set, so if they are running in pairs or threes, get a good crack at one there and have another crack at another here. And we do have another set that we're going to put in up on another trail just like this, which if they go that route, I'll have them covered there also. So let's go up here and put another set in. This is about 10 feet up from that last set we just put in. And I'm gonna make that pocket right here because those coon are working along this bank, this edge. They're gonna come down in here, they're gonna be rooting, and I'm gonna have my pocket set right here. So I'm just gonna take my trowel, jam that in, rotate. I'm gonna make a pretty big pocket here because I want to make some good eye appeal here. I'm going to make this a good eye appeal set. So I'm going to get right back in there and just keep digging. And this is going to be a good set for what comes along this bank. We have a lot of coon traveling here, and this is going to be a coon set. But this set will take mink and muskrat if they come down through here also. What I like to do then is take my Berkshire stake driver, and I like to make a hole up in there for a place to put my bait or lure. So it stays, and I like it about 2 to 3 inches up off the water level. So that allows me, if there's any rain or whatever, that allows me to raise in water level and still have my smell or my bait still giving the attention that I need to the set. For all my mink, coon, and muskrat sets, it's a really good universal trap. Get that there. Put that in there real quick. Tie this wire off again to the swivel. .14 gauge wire, as I've said. That's pretty good universal wire. That's going to hold any coon you get. I use that for beaver also. But and we got that. We got a good place for our trap in about 1 inch, 1.5 inches of water. I like it right at the base of the hole. I like to have the middle of my trap. If you shave the bank or there was a straight line where the bank meets the bank, I like the pan to be even with that. So I'm going to get my lure or bait back in there far enough to where they're going to have to get down there and investigate. I want them to get their nose down in there. So that's in probably about 1.5 inches of water. I'm just going to take put some of my Mountain Man lure here. We've been doing well on that so far. About half and half on blind sets and half on the lure. But this is good stuff. I expect to have some action here tonight. Get a good liberal dose, get that up in there. That set's done now too. As you can see, we got 2 sets in here in a matter of about 5 minutes. one good trail set there, blind set, pocket set. These coon work along here. They're going to smell that, and they're also going to go there on their own. I like to make a lot of sets that I get them in their own natural travels to where they're not thinking about anything, not looking for anything. That's a good place. Those animals are used to climbing up over there. They're used to, you know, working through that area, getting up over that bank. They're not looking for food in that situation. They're thinking about that corn up on top. They're not looking for anything. So they're in their natural travels, and you're going to catch them in those blind set situations also. But you can put these sets in along with them because the coon do run in pairs, 3 sometimes. You come in here and you may have a double. So we're looking, hopefully we'll have a double tomorrow. But I'm excited about these sets. It's exactly what I'm looking for in a situation. Good sign, a lot of animal traffic, working both sides of the bank, working this side, working across this little water inlet here to get to that corn in their feed source. So we're gonna head up, show you that other coon trail, make another set there. Gonna do a really big eye appeal set up there and put some fish oil in. I think we're gonna use fish oil there and stay away from any lure or bait. So you can try different methods and they'll all work for you, hopefully. Well, let's head on up there and see what we got. Oh, I thought I had. I thought this pocket set here held the coon, but it's actually that blind set that we made that has the coon. Got him in a back foot right where he's trying to climb up over there. Well, we'll take care of this coon here and remake this and go up and see if we have anything in them other 2 sets we got there yesterday. As you can see, this set's a little tore up. It looks like he was up in here also. This is where they're climbing up. I showed you this set yesterday. This was a blind set. That trap was just placed right here. Right down there in the mud where they're climbing up over. Just had on this little drag. He didn't go far at all. Got him in a back foot. Probably was going up, I'm thinking. Coming down, it would have been a front foot. But, not a monster, but still a coon nonetheless. These sets are quite deadly if you get into an area where, you know, you just follow the sign. The sign's going to tell you a lot about, you know, what's in the area, what's working the area. And, if you pay attention to it, I mean, you can catch them without bait and lure, as you can see here. I'm just going to clean this out a little bit. And we're back in business. Like I said, not a big coon, but still a coon nonetheless. Let's run up here and see if we have any more in them 2 sets up above. This little guy here is playing possum with us. He don't know if we know he's here or not. He does now. What's he doing? Well, anyway, this culvert set right here, as you can see, these culvert sets are pretty productive. This guy here, I don't know if he was coming up or coming down, but any coon that's going to work this area is going to work through this culvert to get to the other side. And, you know, we had a lot of sign here, and we got that one down there at that blind set, and this was a blind set also. Pretty much, just where they come out of the culvert here, working down along this side underneath the road. So we're going to take care of this coon here and remake this set and go from there, see if we can catch some more. Don't pass up these culverts. They're definite travel ways for coon. Mink will use those too in situations where there are mink. And as you can see, we just set these yesterday. Got 2 coon and 4 sets in the other set. And the other set had a coon track on it, so they're very productive. Don't pass them up.
Coonbuster DP Bait. This is our North American Trapper's signature dog-proof blend of colorful raccoon fare that is soaked in pure crawfish oil, which saturates all of our ingredients in one of the best dog-proof baits on the market. The cylinder of a DP imitates a crawfish hole in nature, and we produce the bait that will give every animal that notion. This bait works exceptionally well for raccoon, skunk, and possum in all parts of the country. Proven products equals proven conservation. See all of our great wildlife control solutions at NorthAmericanTrapper.com today.
Put that right there at the base of that hole. About an inch, inch and a half of water. And we're all set. Got ourselves another nice coon. And we're on our way. Let's go up and get that other one out. There he is. Oh, here's this other coon here. Got it tied off to this wire here. Got him by a back foot. Well, here's our third coon in this culvert situation. It's a pretty nice one here. Like I was telling you earlier from our first, well, even when I was making this set, don't pass up these culvert situations. These things are well worth, I don't know how good he's in there, but see what we got here. Come on out here, buddy. We'll take care of this coon here and then I'll do the remake. Well, this is our 4th coon in 4 nights here. This is really turning into a hot spot. I'm gonna be careful here. He may come running out at me. Boy, he's a big old bruiser, boy. He is a monster. God, that's a big coon. That is a big coon. Well, here's another coon. This is that trail set going into the cornfield here. And this is our 7th coon in 4 sets up through here. I'm gonna pull out today. I know that the farmer said he saw about 10 over the summer, but 7 coons plenty. Got 4 in that culvert set, 4 straight nights. It rained a lot last night. As you can see, this is a lot higher, and it ruined a few of my sets out there, but I was tickled pink to have this guy. I didn't have too much today. All of them were out of the, 2 feet deep in water a lot of places, but we're gonna take care of this coon and pull out and save this spot for next year. Remember out there, you don't always need that lure. I know I've stressed it a couple times, but this was a total blind set. We had a little pocket set over there where we showed you we caught one. And that culvert set was all blind sets. That's just working their travel ways. These are the areas that you can pick your coon up in. Nice big coon. I'm gonna head on out. Well, that's the end of the show today. I hope you enjoyed it. That's the raccoon methods I was using back in the early 2000s, and I've been using them since when I started trapping in the late 70s and early 80s, and I still use a lot of them the same exact way today. Blind sets along the abutments, blind sets on trails, a few little pocket sets, some scent. Now, the dog proof has obviously changed the game when it comes to trapping raccoons and nest raiders and stuff, but you can still be very proficient as a trapper out on your trap line using that 1.5 double jaw and other traps right along those bringe abundance and working their trails where their natural travels ways are. But that was a lot of fun doing it back then. It's a lot of fun bringing it to you at this time, almost 2 decades later. If you need any products, make sure you go to NorthAmericanTrapper.com. Pretty much everything that you're going to need to be successful out in the field, we have there for you. Proven products equals proven conservation, and we'll see you next time.